Good evening, and welcome to another episode of the Big Freaking Friday Show here on the College Football Mafia Network. We're going to give you 2 hours of infotainment, some entertainment, some opinions, some news. At the end of it all, Becky may jump 17 school buses on a stolen moped. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to happen. I'm sure there's probably restrictions in Seattle about doing stuff like that, but
this is Seattle. There's nothing illegal here until a law is made.
So if anybody's got access to 17 school buses and a moped, it sounds like she's down to do it. So
I'm down to try it.
Down to try it. So
it's gonna have to be like one massively souped out moped.
How about if we get like 6 mopeds and like string them together to give you extra power?
Can I go across like what is it like the Greek gods and goddesses did back in like in the chariot?
Sure.
But
if you can find a horse brave enough to do that, absolutely.
Well, no, I'm going to use the mopeds.
Oh, okay.
Put a couple of Hemi engines in one of or two of them,
I want to thank everybody for coming in here early tonight. I want to say hello to some people. Buckshot Kid was first in the house, and he says, "Oh, hey, the College Football Mafia." Big Lubbock was first, as always, and Outlaw Skies is fifth. He says, "Go Buckeyes." Conundrum says that's a lot of zeros. Absolutely.
That is a lot of zeros.
And we're going to talk about it. Go Big Red, says Skaven. Yes. The GBR. Evil Badger Ryan Willie's here. He says, hi, CFM. Buckshot Kid says, bring on the hotness. We're going to bring it. We're bringing the heat tonight. You may not like it. Good evening, guys. Stopping by for a bit.
Let's go.
Bob Swanger's here. He says, hi, everyone. Good to see you. MBM 357 is here. He says, NOU sucks. I assume that's for Oklahoma. Northern Oklahoma or?
Northern Oklahoma? What does that mean, MBM?
Oh, I think he's saying no you.
No you. Oh, no OU.
Yeah, no you.
No you. Instead of OU, no you.
Oh, I see. Definitely.
Skaven Yes says hello, gentlemen, and Miss Becky. Absolutely. Thanks, Becky, for filling in tonight while Nate is out and about.
Nate's at Riverdance tonight, Moan. Nate's at Riverdance, Becky. Nate is at Riverdance.
That's still
Riverdance. He is.
What was that, like at community centers at this point?
I think it's still a pretty big thing, actually. I mean, I don't know where it is. Maybe down in Provo. Maybe Riverdance is hot.
Maybe they all come out in walkers now and just tap the walkers.
I'm just starting to wonder if like Utah just found out about Riverdance.
No, Becky. Come on. Oh man.
It's been everywhere for 30 years, but Utah got it like 2 weeks ago.
Rock and Rant says Becky Knievel. Moen may or may not run rackets somewhere in the Ohio River Valley. Those are allegations. That's never been proven. Manic Reaction says you can do barrel rolls with passenger jets in Seattle.
You can. You can. It's not frowned upon.
Bob Swanger's happy to see you, Becky.
Hi.
And then says, I thought the only place Becky rides mopeds was in Pullman.
See, that's like the only place Becky doesn't go anymore.
Marcus Williams here, and he says something I won't say. You say it.
Go Blue. Go Fighting Whittinghams.
John Dries here. He says, how about the Lady Red Raiders beating Florida? They may sweep another SEC school. Congratulations to the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Although they took some strays this week. I mean, I wasn't shocked that Sarkisian came out against him, but
the goat came out.
Yeah, Tom Brady threw a shot at him, and I didn't get that.
So Sarkisian said that like the 2s and 3s, right, at Texas beat Texas Tech. Is that what
the 2s and 3s would run through your whole conference, is what he said.
So so Texas Tech and everybody else. Their 2s and 3s are better.
2s and 3s are better than your whole conference.
Really?
But Tom Brady called them a glorified community college.
Why?
He was telling a story about Julian Edelman, and he threw that in there. So
Edelman, did he even go to Texas Tech?
yeah, or not Edelman, Amendola.
Sure, huh?
It's Amendola.
He was a Texas Tech guy.
Yeah.
Greg's Disney Adventures. Hey, everyone. Good Buckeyes. Hope you are well. He's been a member for 22 months here on the channel. He loves Ohio State, and I know he loves a little Keith Jackson here.
Whoa, Nelly!
Thank you for being a member for 22 months, Greg's Disney Adventures. We appreciate you. And then we have Skaven Yes popping for 18 months. One more win for the Lady Huskers to get to the World Champion Women's something World Series.
Women's College World Series. Actually,
Women's College World Series.
The one that's really interesting is Mississippi State at Oklahoma. Mississippi State has never, this is the second time they've ever been in this round. They've never made the Women's College World Series. They've never won a game until today in this round, and they beat Oklahoma.
Wow.
At
Good
Oklahoma.
for them.
So, good for them.
Uh,
I pull it out.
Congratulations to the Lady Huskers as well. Good luck to them. Nebraska has to bring something to the conference, and they're bringing volleyball and women's softball.
They bring fans, Moan.
And
fans in history.
Once again,
and a great logo.
Once again,
Big N is a great logo, guys. It's like one of the best.
I will say it again. The Big Ten should absolutely take Conference of Champions away from the Pac-12. All the champions left the Pac-12. That's ours now.
Yeah, somebody posted recently. I think they have like 6 combined national titles now.
Yeah, so that's clearly that should have come with it when we took the 4 schools. And who knows, we might go take a few more. We'll talk about it. Thank you for being a member for 18 months, Skaven. Yes. Since I insulted Nebraska a little bit, I'll give you this one.
And send me to live someplace awful like Ohio.
Thank you so
what was
much.
That?
That was awful Ohio sounder.
I gotta show you some. Sorry, Moan. I gotta show you this. Okay, every time I think of Nebraska, I think about this right here. I'm sure you know this thing, right?
We've all seen that.
Yeah, it's a little red.
It's little red.
Yeah, hands down, the Big Ten's got the best mascots. It's not even a competition.
I mean, Little Red. Okay, let's ask. I want to ask you guys this, guy. How elite is Little Red as far as a mascot? Like 1 being the worst mascot, 10 being the best mascot. Seeing this blow up Little Red.
He's a Big Ten 8. A Big Ten 8.
Yeah, I'd put him at 7.5.
But listen, if he was in another conference, he'd be a 10.
He's a 12.
Like if he was in the Big 12 conference, he'd be a 10.
Dude, Ralphie is a 10. Ralphie is like the best mascot.
Yeah, but Ralphie's a live mascot. I mean, like if we're going live mascots, LSU is the best because it's an actual tiger, and they bring it into the stadium, or they used to.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't. I don't like the live animal mascots myself.
I'm not a fan of them either. I did learn recently that BYU used to keep a mountain lion on their campus until it escaped.
Really?
And then they stopped doing it. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know how much truth there is to it, but I was like, they kept escaping, and they realized this is too dangerous. We're gonna stop having a live mascot. And I'm like, it was like 50 years ago.
Hoosier Dave here says he looks like he should be in front of a burger restaurant. He's old enough to remember Frisch's Big Boy, and absolutely he does look a little bit like Frisch's Big Boy.
It was Frisch's Big Boy. Oh my.
He does look like he's out there holding that donut for The Simpsons.
Lard Lad from The Simpsons as well. Before we start off this festive evening, I purchased one of these little glasses.
Moan, yes, show everybody. So check it out, everybody. The whiskey of the night is Monkey Shoulder, okay? Monkey Shoulder is the whiskey of the night. That's what Wild Ute and Moan are drinking tonight. And Moan has been so kind to purchase a whiskey glass this week. he's going to try the monkey shoulder out of. Moan is not a Scotch whiskey kind of guy. He's a Crown Royal blended Canadian whiskey guy. But cheers. If anyone out there is sipping on some whiskey or a drink, cheers to you as well. It's Big Freaking Friday, and we do Big Freaking Friday things.
I Googled it. It's not a shot glass. It's a drinking glass.
Yes.
No, yeah, it's not a shot glass.
It's not a shot glass. You're supposed to sip. And it keeps the flavor.
The notes.
Yeah, the notes or whatever.
You lost me at sip.
You know what, guys? We might need to do a tier maker with mascots.
I look, dude, I'm telling you, the Big Ten's got the best mascots. And I'm
you want to do
sorry.
a tier maker of Big Ten mascots?
Listen, you got Brutus, you got the Cougar over in Penn State, you've got the Duck in Oregon. I know Becky doesn't want to hear that, but
credit where credit's due. That duck is
that's pretty
that's
iconic of a mascot now.
I don't know how I feel about the Wookiee that Penn State calls a mountain lion or Nittany lion.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel the same way about the BYU Cougar. To me, it just looks like you can see human eyes behind it, and it just makes it creepy.
Yeah, but whoever's in that costume, that person is insane.
Oh yeah.
God.
Oh, Cosmo.
Yeah. Like
All
that.
right.
Like
Here we go.
The mascot's mad, but the person in it's like, holy crap, they're crazy.
What do you think, Moan?
It's definitely Scotch.
What do you think? What are you getting? What are you getting out of the monkey shoulder?
Clear sinuses.
Add some water, my man. Add some water.
No,
Add water.
Have you
right?
tasted it yet? Or are you just smelling it?
I'm smelling it. I bought the glass. I might as well.
Well,
use
show the
it
glass
like a real
again. Let's see.
connoisseur.
See this glass guy. I mean, that's a nice dang glass, Moan.
Yes.
You are looking fabulous tonight.
I pulled off the full U. I've got the polo on. I've got the golf hat. I got
Wear the golf hat, Moan.
I got the golf course that I'm a pro at behind me. And I'm sipping on Scotch whiskey right now. Let me get another drink.
All right, you got to take the second to get the full flavor here. Okay.
Very smoky.
Smoky, yeah, a little sweet,
A
caramely.
little sweet.
I'm gonna sip my drink here.
A little DP.
Once
Like,
again,
like
you
cherry and wild and Coca-Cola, but like not cherry Coke. It's weird.
I love the fact that you use the term DP and has no idea what he said.
Stop it, Moan.
Jacober Cat probably knows. Who's the bigger sicko? Greg taking elbows for payments or us paying him to take our elbows while he sits in front of a camera, the light in his new studio, baking beads of sweat from his forehead. Those are not beads of sweat. Those are ice because he is the cooler. The reason he has to have such a strong light on him is to maintain the studio warmth in order to keep things going. The man has a constant temperature of like -30 Celsius.
He was right one time for one whole year. He did get the 2 national title teams correct in 2023. He nailed that.
All right, but he's also not going to go over 500 this year.
No,
I thought about doing that.
He didn't that year either.
Thank you for the Super Cat, Jacober Cat. I have worked on some stuff here. Let me see. I've kind of trimmed things down. Let's do
Guys, I'm
dirty
going to
work.
get the mascots going here. I think that the community wants a tier maker for Big Ten mascots. So while you guys are just chatting, I'm just going to be setting this up, okay?
All right, let me play a little sounder
So,
here.
Remember, no matter how bad life gets, there is always beer.
There you go. Thank you, Jacober Cat, for that $10 super chat. Evil Badger says Bucky is the best mascot. Good mascot, but he ain't the best.
No.
There's only one best. But thank you for that. I'll give you, let me find your little evil laugh here. Here we go. Here's the evil laugh for the evil basher. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate the super chat. While he's doing that, we ought to talk about it. It's the main story we're going to cover tonight. Georgia has made some very public statements that they would be fine. I don't want to use the term silo, but I'll use the term silo for the sake of it. Going silo, running their own playoffs, basically moving. And we found out in the Big Ten meetings this week, they basically discussed 10 conference games, which suggests that the Big Ten is very much looking at going into their own silo as well. They're not happy with the Cantwell-Cruz bill, and they're prepared to self-govern if need be. What do you guys think? I know Nate gave his opinion on Greg's show the other day. If you didn't see it or didn't hear it, go watch Greg's show from yesterday. But what do you think, Becky? Do you think this is feasible? Are we trending towards Big Ten, SEC, self-contained conferences?
I mean, if the rules keep coming down the way they are, because they keep slapping the two conferences the hardest, you have Nebraska having to essentially sue to keep their NIL stuff like alive, and you now have Ole Miss being singled out by the NCAA for the quote tampering and then other violations. Yeah, I think, we're going to continue to see them say, we don't like, especially if they're saying we have to pool all the money together. Well, these are the 16, the 34 schools that make the most money. Why would you want to lose any of that? I think you're going to see more and more discussion, especially if a law does get passed. And I think they're justified in doing so because they bring in the most viewers, they bring in the most money, they have the two networks, Fox and ESPN. Like, everything revolves around the two of them.
Absolutely.
Why not silo and move off and just say, you guys like all that? Go right on ahead. But we're going to go over here and we're still going to have more viewers than you guys. Like, everybody's still going to watch us. So, and we'll take our own media.
I've seen a lot of statistics that people think it's going to crush ratings. Nobody's going to want to watch Big Ten games. Nobody's going to want to watch SEC games. They're still going to draw the same ratings they draw. Ohio State, Michigan's still going to draw monster ratings. Ohio State, Texas this year is still going to draw monster ratings. If they siloed off and went Big Ten, SEC scheduling agreement, those games are going to get monster ratings. The media partners will pay them more for it. But, it's a situation where Greg said it, and I think he's right. When the ACC and Big 12 backed Cody Campbell, instead of just backing the SCORE Act, I think it sent a message to them that, we're okay. We'll see you guys down the road a bit.
Yeah. I mean, we should note that it's two senators who are writing this from two states that have footprints in the Big Ten and the SEC.
Major footprints.
Major, right? So, this is not a little thing for them to do. They know what they're doing with this. And one of which is a huge fan of both Texas and Texas A&M. He goes to the games all the time, and Senator Cruz. So, this is, for them to basically go, we're not really willing to work with the two senators that represent some of our schools. That's that tells me something. That tells me that they're not keen with this at all. So,
Marcus Williams.
I'm sorry, I'll jump in here. This silo
good.
It's terrifying, guys. It's 100% legit. And if the Big Ten and the SEC silo off, they're going to form a deeper relationship with probably scheduling agreements and whatever down the line, and basically create a double silo situation, in my point of view. And if they add Notre Dame to that mix, which would happen eventually, you would be in a world of hurt if you were in the ACC or the Big 12 and you were not involved in that. Based on the analysis I have done a double SEC Big Ten dual silo plus Notre Dame would make every member school more money than they are making today. Separately, if you combine all the media rights, and say you did that with the SEC Big Ten plus Notre Dame, you create basically the optimized money-making machine. Forget adding anybody else. If you add Notre Dame, that is the most optimized money-making machine outside of a true Super League best of SEC Big Ten, which just probably isn't going to happen. So it's a real thing. It's a huge risk. It is a money-making printing machine if it happens. And there's nothing more terrifying as somebody on the outside looking into than that happening. Because if that happens, then you're essentially creating relegation immediately from everybody else. And like there might be like a step down right now for the Big 12 and ACC, but we're talking about seriously a huge gap that is not even close anymore, that you can't compete with unless you had $1 billion booster that could just cover a massive amount of money to keep at the same level, guys. Like it's that serious of an issue. It's a real issue. It's a huge concern. People need to take this way more seriously, and people need to watch for the SEC and the Big Ten combining forces and having more of like an alliance or scheduling agreement, because that is death for everybody else, in my point of view.
Right. And Marcus Williams brings up a great point. If the silos happens, realignment triggers ASAP.
Yeah. They're gonna snatch up the biggest brands, and they're gonna get to an even number of schools so that it's easily schedules make the most sense. They're gonna make sure they're in every market, because as of right now, neither conference is outside of Rutgers is in the Northeast. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of things that these networks could start to like pull the trigger on and make happen. They're going to want to get the most eyeballs, and those scheduling agreements. Yeah, you're right. They're going to put everybody else out of. They're just going to put college football in a stranglehold that most people aren't going to want to see, because it's just going to dwarf whatever you got. Like Ohio State playing Georgia, Michigan playing Texas A&M. This clearly would cause Notre Dame to make a decision. Notre Dame at Alabama. Like, come on. Who's watching anything you're putting up against that?
Yeah, like you just can't compete with that.
Yeah. LSU, Oregon, USC, and, USC, Tennessee. Like, come on. Florida.
Here's the other problem. Like, I just got to be honest, but like, in case the financial gap's going to be more massive, but like you're looking at ancillary, secondary, third, fourth, fifth media deals. Imagine if Big Ten and SEC get a scheduling agreement because they're their silos and they cut out basically playing Big 12 and ACC. Would a third or fourth television partner rather do Big Ten and SEC content with third and fourth tier schools or Big 12 ACC content? That's the scary thing no one's talking about. That's the real risk right there. Would you rather get in with the third and fourth best SEC and Big 10 teams to put them on those channels, are the top of the Big 12? And I don't think that we want to hear the answer to that if you're on the outside. That's a real risk. That is a serious risk. So while it feels like there's just going to be a lot more exposure opportunity, I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think it's going to be all feature on this new double silo Premier League. And like the exposure is just going to remain the same, or maybe even lessen a little bit for everybody that's outside of that, screwing you even more with recruits and everything else. So to me, it's like, guys, it's a way bigger issue than we're even making it. Like it's life or death for college, like your fandom.
And I'll say this. Like we've been watching teams like Texas Tech go out and like have great portals and things like that. You break off, that dies, because they're going to be capped on what they can give these schools in like a silo. There's no rule. There's no rules. Like they could literally call your players mid-season and be like, I'll give you, $4 million right now. And you're going to watch guys quit. Like mid-season, just like pay you $4 million. You stop playing and you're done, because they don't have contracts anyway. There's no rule against it. They're going to do it. Like they're going to eat the talent, just like they've done at the FCS level. They're going to eat that talent and pull it away. So
What's frustrating, Moan, is like I know you brought up Cody Campbell, but really, like, come on, like, let's be honest about it. Like, there's nothing Big 12 or ACC could have done. Like, really, if you capitulate everything, you bend over and stuff, like, you just get taken advantage of more and more, and they kick you anyway and do this, and like maybe you sped it up, but this was inevitable. And like the whole thing with the playoff a couple of years ago, the threats, basically the same exact threats with the playoff 2 years ago are happening again right here. It's inevitable. You got nothing you can really put up against outside of legislation, lawsuits, and just putting your foot down and saying, we're not going to take it anymore. No, you're not going to get anything else.
Right.
Zero more. We're going to try to sue you and stop this crap. I'm glad at least someone's taking a stand rather than just letting it happen.
Right, but you're going into a poker hand with 7 deuce offsuit against guys.
What are you supposed to do, though? Like, what's the alternative? Just getting taken advantage of until it eventually happens
You
anyway?
fold until you have the cards.
When was the cards coming?
Well,
when were the cards coming?
The cards are never coming. This is inevitable. It's,
right.
And I know a lot of people, and I'm not trying to upset Big 12 fans. I'm not trying to upset ACC fans. This is going to be an inevitability. It was described to me as the Cuban Missile Crisis. They are ready to push the button. They have just, they've had enough. The SCORE Act went away. They're not bluffing. They do intend to do this. And if people want to sue them, they can sue them. But as Marcus Williams says, realignment's going to trigger ASAP. Becky brought it up. The Big Ten and the SEC aren't going into silos empty-handed, guys.
No.
They're going to take the best of the ACC. They're going to take the best value from the Big 12, and then they're going to silo. And one of the parts of going silo is you're probably going to have to, if you're the SEC, you may have only wanted to go to 18 before. Now you want to go to 20. You want to get inventory. If you're the Big 10, you're getting Notre Dame, but you're not stopping. You're going to 24. That's, and you're going to have a 20-team SEC and a 24-team Big 10. And that'll include schools like North Carolina, Notre Dame, Clemson, Florida State, Miami, maybe Kansas, maybe Utah gets taken out of the Big 12, maybe Colorado. The Big 10, if they go to 24, they got to get 2 West Coast teams, or 2 Western teams anyway. So, I mean, it's not good news for people who are fans of the Big 12 and the ACC. Brett Yormark needs to come to some kind of understanding with the Big 10 and the SEC.
I'll say it out loud. Like Big 12, your boosters are huge donors probably to Ted Cruz. Like this is the time to put pressure on him to try to make something that's more viable for what the sport needs. Like this is the time. Because Cantwell she lives in Washington. She's just looking out for Washington State at this point. She knows that. She's making sure schools like Washington State and Oregon State aren't destroyed. She knows that. She went to Miami of Ohio, for instance. She knows exactly what she's doing. So, she has no allegiance to the University of Washington outside of she just represents the people that live in the state. But Ted Cruz, he literally has how many schools does he represent? The 7?
Baylor, Texas Tech, Houston, TCU, SMU.
Now's the time to put the pressure on the guy that really can do this. If this doesn't go right, like Moen said, the tone was serious. My source said he had never heard a more serious tone than when they talked about siloing. Essentially just breaking off. Yeah. They were dead serious.
And
they would do it tomorrow if they could.
I heard the same thing. And like I said, the analogy that was used was the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah.
It is that they are that close to pushing the button and blowing this all up. Thank you for the super chat, Marcus Williams. Let me give you a little sounder here. And I know we got a couple more super chats.
Winner.
All right, there we go. Jacobra Cat, if Wild Ute wants to explore DP, VCR cleaner helps 2 videotapes pop into the same cartridge.
No.
I got a perfect sounder for that, Jacobra Cat. Here we go.
Freak.
Appreciate you, Jacober Cat. Reggie J230. Good to see you, Reggie. He's been a member for 28 months. Outstanding, sir. RIP Adam Munstiger and Kyle Busch. 2 tragedies. Absolutely. Thank you for that. I won't play a sounder out of respect for them. We'll have a moment of silence for those guys, but thank you for being a member for 28 months, Reggie. We do appreciate that. Ooh, man, I'm trying to get through all these. Jacober Cat again says, when the Big 12 folds, will their boxers warm their ankles?
Dude.
That's from Jacober Cat. I didn't say that.
Moan.
I didn't say it. Let me give him a little badumptus. That was from Jacober Cat, not Moan.
Let's
MBM,
talk. Okay, let's get to MBM's comment real quick.
Yeah, I got 2 more super chats. Let me get through 2 more super chats here. Too much fat still in the Power 2. Realignment ends when the top 12, 16 brands create a football-only conference, play each other every year. Thank you for that super chat. Let me get him a little of his favorite thing, Cartman. Here we go.
Student athletes. Oh, that is brilliant, sir.
As well as this one seems pertinent too.
I don't make the rules, ma'am. I just think them up and write them down.
Thank you for the super chat, MBM. Evil Badger with Wisconsin's new revenue stream live at Wisconsin. ACDC is coming to Camp Randall, and Smashing Pumpkins will play at the Kohl Center. You know, I went and saw the Rolling Stones a few years ago at Ohio Stadium. To me, you know, it's one of those things where I can say I saw the Rolling Stones, but those older rock bands, man, sometimes you just got to put it away, guys. Like Angus Young in a schoolboy uniform at the age of 74 is not. I love ACDC, and I'm happy that Wisconsin has that, Ryan, but that's just a little too much for me. Let me give you a wild man here.
Yep, probably gonna die. I knew, man. I knew I'd never make it to 30 because I'm a wild man. Because I party.
I'm just like, you said that, and all I could picture was that Frankie Valli video where he's, you know, because he's like 100 years old and he's still out there singing, and he's like,
yeah,
and his voice is still coming out strong. He's like, it's like Skeletor.
It was a great Rolling Stones concert, but it's not like seeing the Rolling Stones in 1972. You know, I saw the Rolling Stones in like 2016. Big 12. This is from Earl Carr, the Cougar. He's got that Cosmo Cougar on there right there. Big 12, ACC, and the G6 should form up and do their own thing. Problem solved, in my opinion.
Oh my gosh! Like I don't know, Earl. I don't know. It's tough because they've got us by the balls a little bit. The problem with that, it sounds fun, but I don't think that the money's going to be there at all. If we do that, it's kind of like, you know, with the Pac-12 and American, the conversations of them doing their own thing too, in relation to the Big 12 and the ACC. I think that you need some association with these schools to keep in and bring the big money in to get the biggest exposure, or else you're creating a system almost like a baseball system where you've got MLB and AAA and AA, and it's moving that direction. And I'm super scared that it does become that, because then intrigue and everything and access to the biggest platforms to win a championship, a real championship, not a AAA championship, is going to be off the table. And I don't want that for the Utes. I don't want that for the Cougars either. I don't want that for the Pokes. I don't want that for any of the ACC or Big 12 schools.
Right. This is not something, and that's important to bring up. It's not something any of us are reveling in.
No.
It's something I don't think any of us really even want. We don't want that. But, I mean, what options does the Big Ten have? Does the SEC have? If there's no form of governance, if SCORT Act didn't pass, if they feel the Maria Cantwell and Ted Cruz Act is not living up to what they need it to be, what other choice do they have but self-governance? Thank you for that super chat, by the way, Earl Carr. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the gifted memberships on Tuesday night as well, sir. We're going to give you a little cougar roar as soon as I push the button.
Don't coog it.
Don't.
He cooged it.
He's drinking some scotch. There's a little.
He almost cooged it.
All right, so we've got through all
that
this.
hungry cougar down there. I'll tell you what, Moan, this cougar that we've got on the board looks very hungry.
Yes, definitely a big hungry kid. It's licking its lips. It's watching some joggers on a path.
I think it looked at my soul.
All right, go ahead. You wanted to say something before we got to all the super chats? I think we've got through all the super chats. I appreciate all the super chats from you guys. Remember, if you're new to the channel, give it a like, give it a subscribe. Those help us out tremendously. Help us keep in mopeds and scotch. Oh, we've got one more I got to read. I'm sorry, we got two more. You know what? You go ahead, and I will do those two after you've said your piece.
You know what? Go ahead and jump onto those, Mo. And I'm just shocked here. I'm grabbing the mascots for the Big Ten. I can't say that I've ever encountered Illinois' mascot before.
Well,
I'm not sure. Is this Chief Illinois Weck? Illini Weck? Is that their true mascot?
I don't think he's a mascot anymore. I don't think they have a mascot.
What?
I'll explain to you in a minute. CFB Peek Around the Corner with Greg Flugard, great channel. Make sure you check that out. I would have chosen to sell my tickets to see Elvis in 1958 if it was at Camp Randall or anywhere else in Wisconsin. So shots fired there by Minnesota Greg. Let's I've got the schools up. Let's go ahead and play a little Minnesota fight song.
You know, Goldie the Gopher is going to be high on my list, on my tier Baker list. Goldie the Gopher is a pretty elite mascot.
I'm actually going to agree with you. I do like Goldie the Gopher. Yeah. Earl Carr says have them doing their own thing is better than the Big Ten being the Big Ten SEC whipping post.
I totally get that.
By the way, the Illinois mascot was discontinued in 2007. They don't have one.
Don't have one.
Gosh.
And they tried to get an otter in there and they wouldn't allow it.
All right, we're going to put the otter in the tier maker.
We tried a few things.
We're going to put the otter in the tier maker because that's popping up on 11 Warriors.
Yeah.
So.
Let's give you a little bit of the replacements. We were talking about this earlier this week.
Heels. Chicks dig scars. Glory. Last forever.
Absolutely. The great quarterback from Ohio State, Shane Footsteps Falco. Bulldog Mississippi has gifted 5 memberships to the college football mafia family. Let me get the cowbell sounder. Where is that cowbell? Winner.
Guess what?
Here we go.
I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Michigan State versus Mississippi State, I think, would be a very interesting matchup. Those went to Dustin Planner, Dan from Oregon, W.H. Maxwell, Robert Stagna, Alito Bearcats. Thank you. To make sure you thank Bulldog Mississippi in the chat. You know I have access to all our members-only videos, custom emojis in the chat, and preferred things when we start comments. Make sure you thank Bulldog Mississippi. If you're not here live and you just got the notification and you came to this video, go ahead and thank him in the comments too. I'm sure he would appreciate that as much as we appreciate him. Thank you, Bulldog Mississippi, for the 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Bulldog Mississippi. Guys, I've loaded up the tier maker. There are a lot of interesting Big Ten mascots. Oh my gosh, this is going to be an amazing exercise. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know what to do about Illinois though, because
they don't have a mascot.
They don't
have a mascot.
Yeah.
You got to put something out there. The otter's in the tier maker, okay? We have to have something. We can put them in like the bottom tier.
Yeah, but they haven't approved the otter.
Yeah.
What?
They have
Yeah,
no
this
official
is-
mascot is what we're trying to
They
tell
have,
you. They don't have one.
there is no mascot for Illinois.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got rid of it in like 2007, and then they've just never approved anything.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll wrap up this discussion, I think, about Big Ten and SEC.
Yeah.
It's serious, guys. It's not a joke. It's not a bluff. This is very serious. They're doing everything they can right now to figure out how to make this work. The Big Ten has talked to their coaches and their ADs about a 10-game schedule. You're not doing a 10-game schedule unless you silo.
I want to point out Jed Fish talked about the 10-game schedule to
Right.
Sirius XM.
And PJ Fleck actually has it in his contract about the 10th conference game. It gets him a raise if he has to play 10 conference games. So it's very serious. The Georgia president is not, he's been at Georgia for a long time. He is a man of gravity, and he is saying that I would prefer, and we're going to discuss SEC only thing and maybe even SEC only playoffs. I told Greg the other night on the phone, I think what we're going to come down to is we're going to have Big Ten playoffs and SEC playoffs, and the champions are going to play each other for the national championship.
That sucks.
And
That sucks.
I know the Big 12 won't like that, but whoever wins that game is going to be considered the true national champion. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying what it is.
No, I'm not saying I like it. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying, like you, Moen, like it is what it is situation.
And why, again, can't we work this out? Is it a money thing, or is it a power thing? Is there a real reason for that? Is it just about the money? Let's get down to business. Is it really just about the money? Because I get it. The money's there if Notre Dame comes along and everything and cut everybody out. But really, I'm sick of hearing the governance stuff, because you can work that out eventually and stuff, especially bring more schools along. It's all about the money. And that's frustrating.
That's part of the governance, though.
It's frustrating.
That's part of the governance.
Because what they want to do would create the pooling. The money goes to everybody. It doesn't just go to one conference.
More money goes to everybody. More than you have today. Much more than you have today.
Yeah, but these schools put Ohio State in perspective, because we know they made 91, almost 92 million bucks last year. Indiana's going to make about that this year because they made the final. Probably a little more because the CFP playoff thing kicks in this year. The extra 20 million bucks or whatever. You're telling them to go from getting, say, $100 million a year to, say, 80 million? That's not worth it to these schools when you go, well, everybody in the Big Ten made more money than everybody in the Big 12. And two of the schools are in half shares. You're telling those schools you can't make the money of your peers at any point. It just doesn't work out well, because they want to be able to do their thing. They sign these contracts. They're not going to take a pay cut because they know their worth. They know their worth. They're not I understand where everybody's coming from, but that's part of the reason. The governance part is we want to be able to control what we get paid. And they should be able to do that.
This is like a toxic version of the Premier League, guys. Yeah, the smarts that the farts that I'm smelling right now are disgusting here. Okay, to be honest with you, it's toxic Premier League with no relegation. If you're gonna do this and you're gonna talk like that, hey, you know what? It's all about the money. We got these elite schools and everything. Then relegate your Northwesterns, please. Because that's bull crap. The Northwestern's in this premier football team and everything, in this new league and everything. At least have relegation up to the AAA like the English Premier League does. Let's just go there and do it real and right for the teams that actually want to invest and move up, because you basically screw them at the AAA level forever.
Well,
again,
it's the biggest injustice ever.
You bring up Northwestern.
Valid points. Yeah.
You bring up Northwestern. 2 years ago, Indiana was that team.
Yeah.
Now they're national champions.
That's great.
So there's nothing stopping Northwestern from investing that kind of money in football in winning a national championship.
And trust.
So Texas
Northwestern
Tech
can
might be that
absolutely do
team too, but you guys are screwing them, but not even having a chance. That's exactly the point. Give them a freaking chance. Let them move into the Premier League to win a real championship. That's why it's frustrating. It's like, you know what? Screw you guys. We're not playing with you anymore. We're the majors right here. We're not going to let you in. You're the AAA and stuff. There's no way into our group and stuff because of A, B, and C and stuff. And we're worth so much, although all of us aren't. Only a few of us are, and lifting the values for everything. It's madness. It is madness.
Listen, I completely get where you're coming from. You're on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
I completely understand where Big 12 fans and ACC fans are coming from. They're on the outside looking in. The ACC is probably dead. I think if the SEC and Big 10 go silo, we can officially either relegate ACC to a G7 conference or, they're just going to take too much value away from it.
Yeah. They're going to take all the value.
They're going to take all the value. They're going to take the Miamis, the Florida States, the Clemsons, the North Carolinas, the Virginias, the Duke, the Georgia Tech, the Virginia Tech, North Carolina State, Cal. They're going to take all the value from the ACC. Even if the ACC backfills, it'll just be a new Pac-12. And, that's, they're going to have a core of schools, a Wake Forest, a Boston College, whoever doesn't go to the Big 12, because some people are going to have to make that leap to the Big 12. And we're going to talk about the financial situation because I think Louisville is finding itself in that situation right now.
Louisville, Kansas.
Yeah, I've got some articles we can share. I'll share those articles so you can get into that discussion. I mean, that's real, right? Yeah.
It's very real, but I mean, it's not a joyous event. But,
no,
I mean,
it's
like we're not happy about it like at all.
Some people seem to be. Sorry.
No. Well, I know some people do. I'm just saying like this would kill like the Apple Cup dead.
Yeah.
Permanently dead. Like the Apple Cup dies. The Civil War in Oregon, gone. Like permanently gone. Like
see, I don't necessarily think that. I think you would still have that. If you're going 10 conference games, it still leaves you 2 non-cons.
I think that the 2 non-cons would be cross conference.
No, I don't. Well, we'll see.
So 2 big articles came out this week and stuff about the financial struggles of a couple schools outside of the SEC and the Big Ten, and like in the ACC, Louisville right here, and then also Kansas. We're going to get to that one in a second too. But 2 separate articles, but really the same story, guys. Without reading the articles verbatim here, we can summarize really to try to keep up with the Joneses, to try to spend as much as possible to keep recruits so you don't fall behind. Athletic departments are falling into severe debt. And Louisville is falling in and reporting millions and millions of dollars in losses through their athletic department, $30 million right here. And in the past, they used to hide that by X, Y, and Z, and they used to move money over and a nut over here and there to make it look more pretty. But it's gotten so ugly, they're being upfront about it and saying, look, we're going to be losing $30 million or more per year, every year, so we need to get used to this, and we need to pull funds from different sources from the school because we can't sustain ourselves anymore through an athletic department because it's too expensive now in the NIL era. And so this is the financial realities today. And we haven't even seen the big money from the college football playoff kick in for the Big Ten and the SEC. That's going to be next financial cycle. It's today that we're seeing this kind of stuff. And Louisville today is going into debt. This isn't even today. This is actually a year and a half ago because this is stale information. It's worse today. It's wild stuff that you're seeing. Kansas, I'll pull up that Kansas article, then we'll get everyone's thoughts on this too. But it's wild stuff on the finances side. Here we go. Kansas article, pulling it up right now. It's really the same story. Here we go. And in Kansas right now, there is a fight between the school using, school's money, not athletic department related money and stuff to cover the losses for the athletic department. So using institutional support from Kansas and the tuition collected from students and other means to fund the losses, to fund NIL for the student athletes. It's the same thing really happening in Louisville. 2 separate examples, big time public schools, respected public schools. These are really good schools. Kansas and Louisville, and like they're losing so much money. This is stale information. It is worse today than when this was reported. This is a year-old financial information that's just coming out. This gap's widening even more. I don't know what you do, guys. There's so many problems and everything. Like we're talking about this breakaway and stuff, and today you're just trying to survive without drowning and tapping any resources you can, your booster pool or whatever. But it is crazy stuff out there. What do you think of it?
Listen, for Kansas and Louisville, they are spending to try and get into one of the two power conferences. That is what they're doing. They are spending for the beauty pageant. You ever see those shows with the little beauty pageant girls? And it's like, well, we took out a second mortgage on the house to afford her dress because, she got to look good for that pageant coming up in Atlanta. It's one of those things. Everybody is trying to look good for the power two. Kansas in particular is trying to say, hey, look, we're investing in football and athletes, and we can keep up in the Big Ten. Take us Big Ten. We can keep up in the SEC. Take us SEC. If that doesn't happen, they're going to have to figure out a way to pay this debt off. The Big 12, if Big Ten and SEC go into silos, the Big 12 can't afford to pay. Most Big 12 schools can't afford the $20.5 million. They just don't have it. And I actually stand with the faculty in this. They're one of the lowest paid faculties for a big research institution. They should be getting more money. But Kansas believes that getting their athletics right, putting on a premier basketball program. Bill Self, by the way, makes $8.8 million a year. $8.8 million a year.
Which is market raise for an elite basketball coach.
Yeah. So, I mean, now they've got to pay for football too. So they were paying for basketball. Everything was going to basketball. Now Booth has given them some money. They're putting it towards football. They've got the new stadium. They've actually signed some pretty good players through the portal. So they've got money. They're putting it out there. They're basically waving, saying, look at me, look at me.
What do you think, Becky?
I'm right there with Moen. I mean, like, Kansas is 100. We know Kansas is doing this. How many millions of dollars for that stadium? And they're now in the second phase out of 3 on the stadium build. Like, this project is not cheap. They knew it wouldn't be cheap. And they were a football program that, like, let's just be honest, like 7 years ago, they couldn't sell a ticket to the game. But here they are. They have a couple of years of some success, and they're doing this. Like, they invested in one sport. Now they're investing in a second sport. It's the way to do it. They're both doing it properly. Both Louisville and Kansas are doing it the right way. The problem is they don't have the finances that, like, a big school does. I'm going to use UCLA as an example here. UCLA would have ridiculous debt, but they can't do what UCLA did, which is just take the money from the endowment to cover it. They're not willing to do that. Whatever their endowments are, they're not willing to cover it anymore. So, like, it becomes a problem when you're trying to be up there with Ohio State, with Texas, the two richest and wealthiest athletic programs in the country, right? Like, it's not easy. Like, Oregon, if Oregon didn't have Phil Knight, their fans would tell you flat out they'd be even worse shape than these two schools combined.
Yeah, right.
Like, you can only do so much when you just have to push the limits, and that's what they're basically saying now. We have to push the limits. I'm not a fan of having tuition raised to pay for your athletic program. That should not be a thing. If you want to ask the students to pitch in, say, like, because there are kids at Kansas who are not going there for athletics at all. They don't even watch sports.
Right.
It's not a problem to sit there and say to a kid, like, you get season tickets to every single sport, pitch in an extra $1,000 or, $1,500 a semester or whatever their quarter or whatever their system is. I don't see a problem with having, like, Louisville, same thing. I don't see a problem with doing that. Where I see the issue is, let's raise taxes to do it. Let's force the general public, who probably Kansas State fans, if I'm living in Kansas, I'm not happy about that, or any place where I got to help subsidize them. They're not doing it for my school. Louisville, Kentucky fans are like, why are we subsidizing Louisville? Like,
Mhm.
it's not the right thing to do. Out here, it's a literal argument. Why am I paying for UW? Why am I paying for Wazoo? It's an actual thing. It doesn't go well. So for me, it's just they're trying to keep up with the Joneses. They have to put the makeup on the pig. They got to get in. That's if they get in, all of this is worth it. It's like Moen said, it's a beauty pageant, but it's a beauty pageant with pigs, and they're just trying to pass them off as people. Like, not saying that the two schools are terrible. I'm just saying, like, they cannot be what Ohio State and them are, and they have to spend like Ohio State and them are.
Right, and these schools will be regardless into like the Power 3 when that eventually happens. I am firmly on both of these schools being in that. It's not like they're going to get left out of like a Power 3, whatever's left over.
Yeah.
And like I'm thinking to myself, like David Booth made that commitment for Kansas athletics about a year ago, probably not even a year and a half ago. And like he knew this information.
Yeah.
Like he knew there's going to be fat losses coming up that were just getting reported. How much of his money is just funding fat losses in the future, man? Like basically that's where a lot of his money's probably going for the athletic department to cover these deficits. And like it's difficult because it's not even like Kansas is getting ahead. The basketball team was okay, but not as good as it was in the past. The football team was atrocious last year, and it's not supposed to be good this year. And so it's a difficult life right now for a lot of schools.
We're going to get to some super chats, but I want to say this before I move on. Utah is doing the exact same thing Kansas is doing.
Right.
They're doing everything they can to get into the Big Ten.
Utah took out a private equity loan that they haven't essentially approved yet.
Yeah.
They haven't approved it yet, but Utah did that for the exact same reason that you're stating, Owen.
Yep.
And we all know that. Do whatever it takes, right?
If it goes silos, that could happen quick, or we could, I don't know, linger until the end of the college football playoff contract. Ryan Willie says Greg is so cold that the heating coils don't work at HBS. Buckshot Kid, who's been a member for 16 months, he says, "You please do not put bikinis on the mascot."
I
will.
UCLA has two mascots. Are you putting both mascots on there?
Bikinis on the mascots. You know what I found, though, that you're going to all find here soon, too? I would have thought that Michigan had a more defined mascot. But, like, looking around and perusing and everything, it's a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Michigan's mascot situation.
Earl Carr, I agree 100% with the AD who said if the SEC and Big Ten break away, they have to take everything with them.
Yeah. 100%.
Jacoba Cat, Illinois mascot is a rusty fertilizer tank.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah, we're not even going to litigate the whole Illinois fighting Illini issue, or the Alma Otter issue. Greg Flugar says it's too late to relegate Northwestern. They just built $900 million football stadium with no debt. That is a huge investment. You're absolutely right, Greg. And like I said, Indiana 2 years ago, one of the worst. National champions. Big Ten champions, national champions, undefeated season.
Do need to point out that thing looks like an NFL stadium, just smaller.
That's a real cool stadium. It's
a cool stadium.
I can't wait to go there and pee on it.
I'm going to be in Chicago in July, and I'm going to go take a peek at it.
This Northwestern discussion blows my mind, okay? Hey, that's great they built the stadium. That's great. Spend $10 billion, $20 billion. If you keep losing, who cares? You guys know how much it costs to win a football game? Well, actually, let's just talk about this. How much does it cost to lose a football game? Nothing. It could be free. You could suck so bad. You know what? So if your school can't win on the field, I don't give a crap how nice your stadium is. Your 20,000 people stadium is. I don't want to hear it anymore. Nice investment. Utah's put investment is. So is Kansas and everything, but no one's squawking about that. Northwestern, if they don't win games, they shouldn't be in the Premier League.
I'm going to
relegate them and let somebody that moves up into the Premier League. Where's your Leicester City story, your underdog story of a team that moves up from Division III to the Premier League and wins it all, and that people love it and remember it and everything? There's no story like that. It's just this little club that's That's closed off, and Northwestern can fund all they want and keep losing games. Congratulations. I would actually advise Northwestern, spend $1 on your roster rather than 20 or 30 billion. Who cares? You're going to lose anyway. Might as well save the money. It's not hard to lose, guys. It's free to lose. It's free, free, free. Don't give me anything about spending a lot of money and losing. That's pathetic.
I'm gonna give Utah the school restrictions that Northwestern has academically, and I want to see what Utah can do.
Northwestern, I don't think you understand how elite of an institution Northwestern is.
Like Stanford,
Notre Dame had to lower their.
I get that. But
Notre
we're
Dame
talking
literally
about
lowered
football league, guys. We ain't talking about like that nice little school over there, that Harvard or whatever, the Oxford. We're talking about football, premier football
right? But
now.
get a football player who can academically compete at Northwestern. It ain't.
I don't care. I want to see them win games. They lose all the time. It's free to lose. It is free to lose. It's the easiest thing in the world to lose. You literally don't have to do anything to lose. You could even forfeit. You don't have to field a team. You could field a team and suck. It's free. It's the easiest thing in the world to lose. And so, I don't want to celebrate any more losses for the low end of the Big Ten. They got to start winning if they want to be in the Premier League, because they just got lumped in. Relegate them.
They didn't get lumped in, for starters. They didn't get lumped in. They've been a part of
this new world. They're getting lumped in.
They've been a part of the Big Ten for over 100 years.
Aren't they one of the founding members? Or
I believe they are one of the founding 8.
Yeah.
And let me ask you this: the Premier League in Europe, the founding members probably got relegated down to division whatever and stuff, because you got to win, guys. We're in pro model now. We're not in academic model. These kids don't even go to school anymore. They're getting paid multi-millions. We're dealing with pro sports. Relegate these. Relegate the milk suckers. No more. I can't take it no more.
Yeah, but you got to understand, the argument you're making is the argument the Big Ten and the SEC are making for going silo.
Yeah. Exactly. And you're doing
They're relegating the milk
doing
suckers.
You are doing that. I'm telling you just to go further and relegate your own milk suckers.
Well, everybody's entitled to their own milk suckers. That's what I'm saying. You can't have a conference full of top 5 teams.
I mean, we could put the top, we could put the best: Ohio State, Alabama, Michigan, Texas, Penn State, LSU.
Somebody's got to be the loser.
Somebody's going to be dead last in a conference like that, guys.
Don't ever celebrate losing. It is free to lose. Always remember that. That's the takeaway from this show tonight. It's free to lose if you choose to spend nothing. It's easy to lose. In fact, it's the easiest thing in the world to lose games.
I'm going to tell you what, every time Michigan loses and Notre Dame loses, I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to celebrate it. I'm sorry. When Alabama gets knocked off, I'm going to celebrate it too, just because I don't like any of those teams. So, Jacobra Cat says, watching while you furiously emote while muted is like watching 2 videotapes pop into his smaller cartridge meant for a traveling VCR. Cobra Cat, I think you might be showing your age talking about VCRs.
I think he's still talking about DPs.
I got the reference, Becky. It did not go over my head, but
I know. I'm just saying. I think
I'm not catching the reference. I gotta be honest. Okay.
Yeah.
You just you know what? You take your phone out and Google it, and just go to DP Urban Dictionary.
Oh my.
There you go. Oh.
You know, I gotta relax, guys. This whole silo discussion gets me a little upset.
We're gonna end it. We'll get through these super chats. We'll do the mascot tier.
Yeah, that'll be good. That will be good for the spirits right here. So,
Cody extra views, North Carolina State fans, unrelated to anything being discussed. UNC fans eat corn the long way. Go North Carolina State, wolf, wolf, wolf.
Hey, they did cancel that game with South Carolina. They didn't want to play there. That's crazy.
Caden the Diesel Freak says, I said it Tuesday night that college football is starting to be like the NFL, and it's all about worthless money.
Nails. It is NFL light, guys. In fact, that's a great point, Caden. NFL is Premier League, and college football is AAA. And actually the top of college football, the Big Ten and the SEC is AAA. It's exactly what it is.
Both have drawn the ire of the president, so there's that. The NFL for putting stuff on like Netflix and YouTube, and college football for having NIL. So
Uh,
they are the same.
Thank you for the super chat. I'll play Sounders at the end, guys. I used to think Kansas had the worst drivers in the U.S. until I drove through Iowa. Come to Ohio.
There's
Or go
people
to-
driving on roads in Iowa. Hold on. There are people on freeways and roads
I will
in
tell you
Iowa?
this: the worst traffic I've ever been in, the worst drivers I've ever seen were in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah,
I
no, that is the
absolutely
worst.
refuse to drive through Atlanta, Georgia anymore.
Yeah, I will not drive in Atlanta ever again. I did
Yep.
it last year. Never happening again.
Outside of Baltimore is the worst I've ever encountered. Worse than New York, worse than Boston, worse than anywhere. I've driven all over the U.S. Baltimore. I'm telling you, like
No,
it was like
I'm with you. Baltimore's.
crazy.
I lived in Virginia. Baltimore's just as bad, but I'm telling you, there's
Atlanta.
Atlanta
just-
is. Oh,
There's no infrastructure for it.
no.
It's
They just
too many
drive.
people on the roadways, and there's not enough infrastructure.
They just drive you. They will drive on the shoulder on the grass all the way up to where the lane, like you get over, you hit the little thing that like, and they'll just clip right in. It is bad.
Oh man.
$10 super chat from our friend Fergie. This super silo idea would follow similar metrics to the professional franchise placement. You add every potential market up to a viability line. There is a magic number that networks know, probably 44 to 48.
Which, if it's 44, that means there's only 10 schools because we're already at 34.
Yep. Yeah, he's nails. Fergie's nails here. I think that you're right. That's what even Bob Thompson referenced this like 3 years ago. Like he didn't say it exactly like it, but he basically pointed directionally to this type of idea. Like get your 40 best. And it's seeming like that's happening. Outside of some other schools that just happen to be lumped in.
Caden the Diesel Freak says it's the same case like teens becoming actors for Disney and Nickelodeon and selling their souls for Hollywood money, and it's bullshit. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. Northwestern isn't worth a damn, and Utah is not elite, and Washington is washed up. Facts.
Wow.
I don't know about washed.
Yeah, I don't know about not elite.
I'm like, you go from playing in a national title game to losing your coach to losing essentially out of 85 players, you lost 75 of them. Takes a minute to kind of rebuild that. And we won 9 games. I'll take it.
Northwestern has nice purple uniforms, Ute. They can't be regulated. I think he means
Ours are
relegated.
better. Ours is better purple.
We're going to, you know what? I will give, look, this is the most kind thing that I ever going to say about Northwestern. I really like their mascot, Willie. Willie, the Northwestern, I will rate very high on the tier list.
I
It's a weird
will
mascot,
say
though.
I will
Weird,
say
but
this
it's
about Northwestern. There's great places to pee when you go visit Northwestern. And you got to pee on all of them. Fergie says, "You love the fight, my brother, mountain brother. Keep fighting." I wonder if Fergie would feel. I wonder if Fergie would feel the same way if Utah got in the Big Ten and Colorado got left behind.
What if Utah and Colorado both happen to be taken care of? Look, Utah's happy in the Big 12. We talked about this last week, guys. The Big 12 must thrive and survive and win championships.
At this point, I'm just wanting the 2 presidents or chancellors from Utah and Colorado. I just want them to do pistols like Aaron Burr and that. Just Hamilton Burr style.
Aaron Burr and Hamilton. Pistols.
Becky is endorsing blood sport for conference realignment. Corn
I mean,
for the corn
it's
guy.
fair. It would be fair. You see the chancellor for Colorado running in on Ralphie. Like, let's go.
Caden the Diesel Freak again, listening to Wild Ute complain and whine. It sounds like he didn't get his milk. Go to bed, little bro.
Who is
Man,
that
lots of
drinking
super
that
chats
milk? Like,
tonight. I'm
Lord.
loving this. Wild Ute, please stop comparing football to soccer. Soccer is boring. 100% agree with you, Ryan. I can't watch it. I've tried my best. Cannot watch it. It is one of the most boring sports in the world. At least hockey, you get some fighting in there. Soccer, you flop and get yellow cards and red cards, and to me, soccer is a boring sport. I can't.
I don't know. I go to Sounders games all the time. It is an atmosphere in Seattle for soccer.
The soccer's fun.
It's fun. It's different everywhere, but I mean, like Seattle and Portland. Oh my God! Get a chance to go to a soccer game in the two cities, you have to do it. It'll change your opinion on soccer. Change mine.
At least we're calling it soccer, not calling it European football.
I mean, we have the football national champions in the Big Ten and the football national champions.
Yes.
So football.
What's you going to do if BYU goes to the SEC?
Fall into oblivion forever. I fall into oblivion forever. If BYU goes to the SEC, I will be officially retiring from podcasting, and I will be gone off the grid forever.
Now, what about if Utah gets into the Big Ten? Does your opinion change at all?
I will still be a Big 12 man.
Okay.
Big 12 man.
Remember that famous words? Because I have a feeling if Ute was in the club, I think his opinion might be different.
Really?
I do.
Am I saying we should relegate Oregon State and Wazoo? No.
You already did.
Wait, that was done.
That was you. You did that.
Yes, I know.
We left the conference. There was still a conference when we left for like 2 hours. It was there.
Yeah. Old baggage.
The same things. Hey, listen, I said it frankly. Same thing's going to happen to the ACC. The ACC is going to be just like the Pac-12. It'll be ACC in name, but you're taking all of this. You're taking all the value. You're strip mining it. Let's get some Sounders played, and then we'll do our mascot tier maker for the Big Ten. Get Purdue Pete up there at number 1. Let's do a little Animal House.
Mascot. Creepiest of all.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
Worked for me, though.
You take drugs, Danny?
Every day.
Good. So what's the problem?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. You were doing so well. Soundboard Munson me.
Let him cook.
Let him cook now.
It's a tough world. These kids nearly got Munson, but they're back now.
Don't get Munson.
Hey, Georgia Tech to
so
you guys.
Cared whose ass
everybody.
it was and why it was farting, and I believe that time can come again.
Nothing in the rules says you can't play drunk.
Look, there's nothing in the rule book that says you can't play drunk.
Hey, give her the bomber sandboard. Remember the pimpin' ain't easy.
What is a ute?
We need a drink. You don't drink. Yeah, but I've been meaning to start.
Let's see the crew soundboard here. Let me pull it up.
We need pimpin' ain't easy.
Nate wants to get abused.
Moan is using and abusing us.
You saying you can't control your bitches?
Pimpin' ain't easy. Oh, sleazy. Pimpin' ain't easy. Pimpin' ain't easy. Pimpin' ain't easy. I'm not used to being taken advantage of.
Oh man, that's amazing.
But I can go as deep as you want to. But I can go as deep as you want to. But I can go as deep.
What the heck is that? Turn it off.
Go as deep as you want to.
It goes right with your DP there.
This is that DP thing you filmed. There was one on here. I noticed it today. I haven't played it in a while. I know some people don't like it, but I've got to put it out there. I got to do it. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance. That's for the Maryland fans out there. All right, let's start this Big Ten mascot tier maker. Let's figure it all out.
Can you see the logos at all? Is that clear at all? these logos?
Close enough.
Yeah, close enough. You had the wrong one for Washington. You had the live mascot.
What's wrong with the live mascot?
Well, it should be the costumed ones.
The
All
costume.
right, we'll pretend it's a costumed one.
All right, here we go. Okay, so we're first off with an elite Big Ten mascot, and that's Herky, the Hawkeye. Where does Herky the Hawkeye fall in the Big Ten mascot?
He's a B tier.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the best.
Okay, just average, huh?
Yeah.
Average. Okay. What about a Purdue Petey?
Terrifying.
Pete Purdue.
I love Purdue Pete. I think he's the most. There's like you can just tell there's nothing behind those eyes. This guy has killed like 17 people and put him in a crawl space. He's an S tier for me.
Yeah.
For me, I put him near the top.
I put him in the A tier. I don't think he's S tier. I think he's A tier. He is probably the scariest of all the mascots, though.
He's by far
He is
the
terrifying.
mascot.
He is terrifying.
Yeah. Is he really an S tier mascot? Do you just like that because he looks like a slasher, Bone?
He doesn't look like a slasher. He looks like a strangler.
Yeah.
I'm sure
this
he
guy
wants to
cannot
look
be. No, he's a B or C tier.
you
guy.
can tell he's seen the light go out in people's eyes, man. That guy is a bad dude.
He has choked an animal out and watched it die.
Yes.
Telling you.
Becky, where's Purdue Pete going?
I had him in A tier.
I'm fine.
Solid.
I'll give him A tier.
Really, Herky? You're gonna stick to mediocre stats?
Yeah, Herky's
Herky
not
just
that
kind of
great.
stands on the sidelines. Doesn't really do a ton.
Here's the most quiet mascot in the NCAA, right? This is Indiana's mascot.
Oh, he's
Don't
brand
know
new.
the name. Oh,
See,
brand
he's
new?
too. He's new. Well, he's old, but he's new.
Yeah, they just brought him back this last season. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got to put him in D.
Yeah.
And
he's
it's
new.
not because I don't like it. It's because he's new.
Too
He
new.
doesn't have enough experience or personality at the moment. So
Yeah. He needs time.
needs
He
time.
needs time. Yeah, he needs time. There. Okay. What about this guy right here? This
Oh, he's
Brutus
S
guy.
tier.
Oh, he's S tier.
Oh,
Come on.
Really?
Dotting the I during the snow at Michigan
Crossing out the
Stadium.
M at the Michigan game.
Yeah.
Push
I'm
ups.
not sure Brutus is S tier, guys.
Brutus is S tier.
Brutus is S tier.
Nah, Brutus is
We're
kind
not
of
saying
like
he's
looks
the
like,
best,
looks like
but
he's
we're
buddies
saying-
with Herky right here. See, Herky like
No.
they have the same heads.
Brutus is an iconic mascot.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. All right, S tier for Brutus. We'll put Brutus into S. All right, and Becky, you're not happy with the live mascot?
That's because that's Dubs. Dubs is a live mascot. All live mascots are S tier. But if it was Harry,
Right.
Harry is a B tier.
I'll allow that.
So Harry is the fake
Harry is
mascot,
the fake
and
mascot.
Dubs is the S tier husky.
Yes. Yes, because Dubs is a good
Oh.
boy.
Yeah, I think Dubs is an S tier. What
Dubs
do you
is
think?
S
Bo?
tier. Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know. Look, man, it's not
The
even an
dog threw out
exotic
a
live
dog.
mascot. It's a husky.
The dog, he's a Malamute, but the dog threw out a pitch.
So you're telling me you're the Huskies who have a Malamute as your mascot?
Yeah, he won the vote.
See, these guys can't even get their mascot right. I'm not putting it
No.
S tier.
No, he won
Becky,
the vote.
Yeah,
He won the vote.
Becky,
Like,
sorry.
he was a puppy
We got to
and
put
we had to vote on him.
Dubs is A tier mascot here, sitting next to old creepy Pete, right there.
That's fine. He's a live mascot who can throw pitches. Just saying.
All right, okay, check it out, guys. This guy Willie is definitely S tier, definitely S tier. Look at this guy.
Willie is like a B tier.
Yeah, he's like B or C.
B
He's like
tier.
Herky. He's like Herky.
Yeah, he doesn't do much.
Look at this guy right there. Look at the hair on the side and everything. He's a legit mascot.
Well, mascot, but I mean, he doesn't have the personality of the other ones.
Yeah.
Sometimes you watch him for the mascot's personality. Like, Purdue Pete has a hell of a lot of personality for a man that's killed 17 people and buried them in a crawl space. Brutus Buckeye, I mean, he's out there doing antics on the sidelines, doing push-ups after every touchdown. Willie just doesn't have that personality. So he's going with Herky.
All right. So we've got B tier for Willie. All right. How about Goldie here? Goldie the Gopher.
All right.
S tier?
I'm going to say that I am an old school Big Ten fan. I absolutely love Goldie the Gopher.
Yeah,
I love
he
Goldie
is-
the Gopher too.
I like
It's-
Goldie. Goldie's S tier.
He's S tier.
He's S tier. Watching him tackle
has
those kids
swag.
when he gets invited to like play football with the Colts mascot is hilarious. He shows
And like,
no mercy on those kids.
And like all the commercials for EA and all the games and everything, Goldie's seemingly right there. You know, he's one of the premier mascots. Look, he's got friendly eyes too. He'd be your buddy, Goldie, right there. Okay, S tier. All right, how about Tommy the Trojan?
C tier. He doesn't do anything.
Yeah, all he does is
This
ride
guy's
out.
definitely S tier,
No.
guys.
All he does
This
is
is
ride out
Trojan.
there. No, he's not even a Trojan, but he rides out there and he just sticks his sword in the field before the game.
Right. He doesn't.
I'm not going to put
It's on the
duds
horse
over
for
Tommy the
every
Trojan.
That's not. We're not
Look.
doing it for the horse. We're doing it for the guy on the horse. The guy on the horse sucks.
Yeah, I mean, he just doesn't do enough. He comes
do
out, he throws his sword in the ground, and that's the last you see of him the rest of the game. Brutus, Goldie, those guys are on the sidelines a full game.
Yeah, he's there. He's just keeping the horse from pooping on the field.
So you guys are saying B tier?
C tier.
I'd put him
C?
C tier.
C
Yeah.
tier. It's not the best.
Seriously.
We're talking mascots here.
Yeah.
He does one segment and leaves.
That.
Well, yeah, but he's like a premier mascot.
It's a cool segment, but that's all it is. It's like 10 minutes of his day. And he's just on the sidelines, like trying to keep the horse from running off.
So he doesn't put the work in.
No, he doesn't do anything.
Mascots.
No.
Okay.
He gets paid a lot to show up and stuff, though.
He does. He does.
You can rent
get
him.
paid a lot. This is Wisconsin's mascot, Bucky. So I don't know what happened to his head.
no.
Bucky's head didn't make it.
Bucky is S tier.
Yeah.
I agree, 100%.
I still think he looks like an Ozempic badger, but yeah.
Well, look, man, I have a fondness for mustelids, so I am going to put the badger at the top.
He looks like he's on Ozempic. Oh my goodness gracious! All right, Little Red. Little Red.
Little Red's solid A.
Solid A.
No chance, guys. Little Red's way down the list. Come on.
No,
Little Red.
No,
Little Red might be
absolutely not.
D tier.
No, you don't know what you're talking about. It's A tier. Watch a Nebraska game.
I've watched plenty of Nebraska games. It's freaking Little Red, man.
Yeah, he's an
Inflatable
A
Little
tier.
Red.
I know, and he does that little
That's
hop, and it's adorable. And I'm not letting you put Little Red D tier.
Okay, what about C tier?
I'm not letting you put Little Red C tier.
Let's agree.
I will settle on B, but I believe he
Okay.
should be an A.
I'm fine with B.
All right. So Becky, swing vote. Is he A or B tier? Little Red.
I'm fine with B, but you better put him ahead of Iowa's.
Put him number 1 to B tier. I agree with that.
That'll make the Iowa fans happy.
Yeah, that's gonna.
I
Man,
think Herky's an underrated mascot, though. I do. Yeah. Okay. Rutgers, Knight.
D. I don't.
D.
Yeah, just
you don't even see him very often. When you do, he
yeah.
looks bulky out there.
Yeah, so we'll put him in the number 1 spot in D since Indiana's mascot's too new.
Yeah.
All right, and here's another.
You know, the thing that hurts Rutgers too is you've got Michigan State's mascot in the conference who is way cooler looking.
Yeah, Sparty. Definitely. Sparty's way cooler. All right, so this is a defunct mascot right here. Okay. This is the Fighting Illini mascot that
This
they don't
mascot
have.
is S tier, and Illinois should listen to the people and give us Alma Otter.
D tier because it doesn't exist.
Are we going S tier for like the idea of Alma Otter?
No, we can put it D tier. It's
D
a
tier. It
cool
doesn't
it's a cool idea.
Cool
that
idea.
I think Illinois should go for it, but
I want to
Yeah,
see
they-
the Alma Otter on the same field at the same time as the Beaver from Oregon State. That'd be fun.
yeah, I mean we've got Badgers, Wolverines. Why can we not have Otters?
We've got some bangers coming up too for mascots. Nittany Lion. This guy's got to go S tier, 100%. Iconic.
I would put him
Starting
A
line.
tier. I would go A.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he is iconic. I will give you that. He would be top of the A.
But
it's just he doesn't do. I mean, he cheers. He does some flips, but he just doesn't do.
it's just a Wookiee with a cougar head.
It's the old school. I think that's the design of the mascot from like the 1950s.
Yeah, they've never changed it.
They've never changed it. I mean, it is iconic. If you're traditional, that is the absolute for you. Brutus Buckeye has changed many times throughout the years. That cougar has been there forever. But I'm still putting it in A tier.
That's all right. I like our S tier right now. Those are solid S tier mascots. And we're putting the duck in S tier too, guys. It might be number one in S tier.
No, he is not number one.
He's not number one.
The duck is more iconic than Brutus. I'm sorry.
No, he is not.
Yeah, he is.
This is blasphemy.
Look, the duck is Donald Duck, essentially, without a name.
Everyone knows the duck. Every kid knows Oregon Duck.
It's because it's Donald.
Everybody knows Duck.
Just Donald Duck in an Oregon uniform.
Yeah. It's iconic, though. We're
That's
talking
why
about
it's
mascot
D-tier.
tiers. This is the most iconic mascot in the Big Ten.
That is something you see at Disneyland.
She's right. It is Donald Duck.
It's literally Donald Duck.
It's Donald
Same costume, just in green and gold. No, honestly, it's S tier. It's probably the best mascot in the country.
Yeah, agreed. Are we okay with S tier, Moen? Are we okay?
I'm okay with it, but I'm
jumping
not okay
Brutus?
with Brutus, him being in front of Brutus.
That's the bias coming out. I'm not going to be biased.
I absolutely object to that.
Look at Brutus. He's even mad. What? Hey, what? Sorry. Oregon wins this one. All right. How about Sparty?
Sparty, I would put a solid A.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with
I
you.
really like his design. And this is part of the reason I put the Rutgers Knight D. The Rutgers Knight is very similar to Sparty. So I would put Sparty at an A.
I think Sparty probably falls behind, the lion here. And in front of this guy.
Him and Purdue Pete have partied and did some things, They went to Vegas one weekend and they ended up having to dig a hole in the desert, and they've never talked to each other since.
They look really similar now that you say it.
Could have the same father. They could be half brothers.
They look like half brothers. They're right there next to each other in A tier. Joe Bruin. Joe Bruin's a great mascot.
He's a great mascot. They have two of them. They have I can't remember the women's mascot.
Yeah.
But A tier.
I would put him C tier if it was me.
Really?
I mean, he's just not even a great bear.
It's a Bruin.
It's a Bruin. It's a grizzly bear.
That doesn't even look like. I just don't think it's a great bear.
Okay, so we're on A, Becky and I. And Moen's on a C.
So we'll go B.
Yeah, he's definitely had a little red.
Yeah.
Joe Bruin's solid B tier, maybe even A tier, but Moen, I'll give it to you, okay? Two more left here. Look, there was no definitive mascot for Wolverines. Like I saw sometimes, like they had a live mascot maybe at one point, maybe.
If they had a live mascot, I want to see who's handling it.
What? A bear?
A Wolverine.
Oh, Wolverine. They don't even have Wolverines in Michigan anymore.
I swear at one point in life they had a live mascot.
They do. They found one in Michigan, and then they found one in the Upper Peninsula as well. So, but they have one in Michigan proper. So they do have Wolverines in Michigan now.
If you're lucky out here, you can be at Ocean Shores and see a couple of Wolverines that live out there. It's rather weird to see them out by the ocean.
I don't know how we can reward Michigan if they don't have a standing mascot on the side.
It's a D. Let's just put them D.
D. It's not a real mascot.
Yeah.
It's a cartoon.
It would be easy to create like a fake mascot that looks great. That'd be great. But they just don't have it. Surprising. All right, here we go. The Terrapin.
D.
Maryland.
Oh, no. The Terrapin's great. I like the
Terrapin's B. I'll throw best B. Definitely not ahead of Willie.
Okay. Well, we'll let you.
Okay.
I'll let you have that one.
Okay.
So
there
there
we
you
go.
go.
There's the tier maker for all 18 Big Ten schools: Oregon, Ohio State, Minnesota.
All right. You know what?
Wisconsin.
We got to move the Penn State Cougar up to S tier.
I'm okay with that.
Fine with that.
Yeah, it's iconic. He's got to be S tier.
Do you want to move Maryland anywhere? Do you feel good about B tier?
I would put him a little higher on B tier.
Yeah.
I would put him in front of Herky.
And Herky's getting killed.
Herky's a B. You should be happy with that.
Okay, there we go. We've identified the mascot tier maker right there.
Absolutely. The Duck, Brutus, Goldie, the Badger, and the Cougar are all S tier.
It's a Nittany Lion.
The Nittany Lion.
The Ozempic Lion.
Utah coming to the Big Ten means getting your ass kicked twice a year by Ohio State, and Wild Ute would whine and complain. Actually, it does not. If Utah came to the Big Ten, the best outcome for Utah would be the Big Ten moving to 24, in which case we would probably go to pod scheduling. You would play all 5 members of your pod and play 4 across the line to the other pods. So Utah would, for example, play USC, UCLA, Washington, Oregon, whoever that 6th team is on the West Coast.
Right.
And then they would maybe play Iowa, maybe play Ohio State, but they wouldn't play twice a year. They're not going to be in the same pod. And we got to talk about, Greg and I were talking last night about that. We got to figure out a way to balance pods. Because honestly, competitive balance to the pods. Because honestly, in the East, you would have Penn State and Miami. In the Midwest, you'd have Ohio State, Notre Dame, Michigan, Indiana. Yeah, so it would have to be, we'd have to come up with some way to balance the pods. And
I don't think that you have pods for football. I think that you do pods for all sports but football.
Maybe. I just think that they would probably go to the pod system to ease travel on people. Plus, I mean, you could basically, and I hate to say this, you could basically rebuild the pack. You can go make a Pac 6 out there and call it the Pacific Conference or the Pacific Division.
They'd probably just call it divisions instead of pods.
Right.
Set it up like an NFL model.
Mm-hmm. But I'm talking about scheduling. You would probably have to play everybody in your in your division, and then you would have 4. Well, no, actually, if you go to 10 games, you would have.
You'd probably
5.
have. Yeah.
And you could also probably do a cross-conference rivalry. That's probably what you'd have to do with Notre Dame, USC, maybe Miami, Nebraska. So.
Set it up like the NFL model where if you finish first, you play the first place teams the next year. If you finish second, all the way down. So like give teams a better shot at getting better quick.
Yeah. Utah's just focused on winning Big 12 games.
If you do this, you can't have a losing record for like 8-9 years in a row anymore.
That's right. Utah should try and focus on winning Big 12 games because Big 10 wants winners, Utah.
Yeah.
This is like, and same goes for you, Ferg. You got to get them wins on there, man. I know Dion brings plenty of eyeballs, but man, you need wins. You need wins bad. This is a real life Sneetches on the Beaches. Well, just because you don't have stars upon yours. Thank you. I got the reference. That's a Dr. Seuss reference for anybody who missed it. Thank you for the super chat, Fergie.
Thank you, Fergie.
Jacobercast says, thirst for milk. My ankles chained to my haunches. Man, Jacobercat's leading a wild life out there. And
yeah, that poor woman is going to just puke that milk up.
She's been drinking a lot of milk tonight.
She's on like her 5th gallon. Good Lord.
If you do ACC Ascots, remember Mr. and Miss Wolf are a married couple at a ceremony officiated by Wake Forest Demon Deacon. Have to include both. Well, now that I know it's a sanctioned marriage.
No way. Mr. and Miss Wolf. Got to check that out.
Brutus looks like a homeless Tommy the Tank Engine. Why S tier? How dare you? How dare you insult Brutus that way?
Look, if you don't put him higher, he will come to your room while you're sleeping. He is your sleep paralysis demon.
There are actually several people there are several Brutus suits. So Brutus can be in multiple locations at once too. You got to remember that.
It's like that clown people used to hire to scare their friends in Florida.
Yeah. Terrifier.
Yeah.
Hawks will beat Buckeyes. Don't hotbox spray paint. Okay, we'll see. You gonna come back here, Jacoby Cat, when that don't happen? I mean,
Wait, where's that game at?
I think that is in Iowa City.
If it's a night game, yeah, it might not bode well for the Buckeyes, but
you know what it
they tend to
is,
play a lot of
and
new
I've said
games.
this for years. It's the wave. If it's nationally broadcast and people see the wave, I think it puts this collective positive vibes towards Iowa, and they win the game. At least that's what I'm going with.
They do win a lot of games at home. Oregon was able to escape though. So.
All right, guys, we got through all the super chats. Thank you, guys. I'll play some sounders here. Let me get to television. We'll do some butters if it'll play.
Do you know what I am saying? Yeah, dude, you gotta try it. It makes you feel good. Good.
I got my Magnum condoms. I got my Water hundreds. I'm ready to plow.
That's for you, Jacoby Cat. That's from It's Always Sunny.
Changes pretty much fucking everything. Count me in.
And that's from Laszlo with What We Do in the Shadows. Fantastic show if you haven't seen it.
Great show.
And then we'll do America.
Arresting me for what? I'm not allowed to stand up for myself? I thought this was America. Huh? Isn't this America? I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
That is Wild You energy from earlier in the show.
All we had to say was Utah's probably not going to get invited to the silo.
You know what? Utah's a happy Big 10, Big 12.
Little Freudian slip there, you.
He said it.
Utah's very pleased to be in the Big 12. Yeah.
I do like seeing the memes and stuff of Utah, the Utah logo with Big 10 on it. Like, always makes me laugh on X and on other platforms because it really riles up the other fan base so much.
Listen, he's happy to be in the Big 12, so you will decline the Big 10 invite if it comes.
He will.
It will be considered if it ever comes.
Okay.
We're going to make Ute actually go out and decline it for them now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He will be the ambassador.
He's already on their list.
All right, let's talk about some other things here. I wanted to touch on the Brendan Sorsby situation. I don't know if you guys saw this week. Brendan Sorsby is suing to get eligibility back. One of his arguments was, and I love this argument, he bet on Indiana so he would feel more like a part of the team.
I saw that. That's insane. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I agree with you. That's insane.
That's
this kid should not be reinstated. He is a gambling problem. Just absolutely not reinstated. I think that's the dumbest excuse I've ever heard. I wanted to feel closer to my team by losing money on it. There's other ways you could feel closer to your team. Like, I don't know. Take some offensive linemen out to dinner. There's other ways you can feel close to the team, Brendan. You don't need to bet money on them. Was he betting on pitches in the Cincinnati Red games to feel closer to the Cincinnati Reds team? I mean, if this was the case and this made you closer to him, I'd be intimate with like 32 NFL teams.
I'm cheering for all 32 NFL teams now.
Yes, it's a ridiculous argument. I'm sorry, Texas Tech fans. Absolutely no way that kid should be reinstated. I completely disagree with it. It's a bad situation, but hey, look, just because you got a billionaire booster does not mean that you can just have a kid who gambled rampantly on schools.
I mean,
it kind of makes me question the backup quarterback situation at Texas Tech. If they're going to this length of stuff to support Sorsby, then really that tells me that Texas Tech's feeling pretty uncomfortable with the backup quarterback situation and making an actual run for the CFP, winning the Big 12 conference. If you're going to support something this egregious, then man, like, I don't know, guys. That's it's a concern for me. It's like they feel like they need to go all in, even with a guy that's gambling on his own team.
There's precedence to this. We have how many gambling stories?
The guy from Iowa State.
Years? Yeah. Iowa State, they did it. There's basketball players in the past who did it with the mob and got caught, and there's precedence to this. This kid's not getting reinstated. I don't know what he's thinking. First off, betting on your own team and you're at Indiana pre-Kurt Signetti was stupid. That's just handing your money to, whoever. But what are we why is this even a conversation that he's going to be able to get reinstated? There's no chance he gets reinstated. There's so much precedence, and the NCAA has done this in the past. Pro leagues have done this. This kid's not I'm with you now. If it's this big of a deal, how bad has your recruiting been at the quarterback position? How bad is it?
Well, they've got Will Hammond, but he's coming off an ACL injury that he suffered later in the season. So I would be concerned if I were a Tech fan about them having to play this card.
Here's the problem with Tech. Tech is a portal team. They don't develop anybody.
No.
Go get you a 5-star quarterback recruit, sign him to a 4-year deal, and develop him.
Start paying that kid $5 million now because nobody else.
Yeah, because look, you go in the portal. And everything's based on the portal. If one of those portal kids don't work out, especially your quarterback, you are up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. And Texas Tech is in win now mode.
Yeah.
Texas Tech realizes what is coming, and they know we've got to win now. We cannot afford to lose any time. This is the best team we've got. This is the best support we've got. Let's get it done on the field. We're going to take every chance we can take to make sure that happens. And if that includes backing a quarterback who bet on multiple games to win, they're willing to do it.
Yeah. Could you imagine if there was a spring portal still? Dylan Raiola would not be at Oregon right now, probably.
No.
The
money would be insane.
Yeah, some quarterback would bounce. Right after this. The tampering that would have happened blows my mind. Because they would have had to tamper. Because, like you said, they don't trust the other quarterbacks. They have one guy, the one coming off the ACL injury. If he's not ready for week 1 or week 0, whenever they're playing, you have to go to the next guy up. The next guy up is terrible, apparently.
He's a Tulsa transfer that just was terrible last year.
Do people Oregon's previous backup quarterback was a walk-on. That's why they went out and got Raiola. Their previous quarterback was a walk-on. They didn't trust him. They threw him in against Wisconsin, and it was, So Wisconsin, after Moore got hurt, and they couldn't score. And they scored 21 points that whole game. So I don't understand I just don't get why they didn't go out and recruit a kid. This is when you go out and get a 4-star kid in the high school portal. Because you can't recruit them. You're paying all these other kids money. I'm just sitting here going, there are plenty of schools with 3 or 4 4-star players on the roster at quarterback. You don't have one. I'm not saying get a 5-star, but at least go out and recruit a 4-star kid out of high school that you can go, I just need you to do it for 3 or 4 games. Because your schedule is easy. Let me be honest. The schedule is 68 out of 68 in terms of Power 4 schools. 68th out of 68. Their schedule, no Utah, no BYU. Right. This is a workable schedule. They are clearly too afraid to let the 3rd-string kid go out there and do this.
I think Houston's going to clip them, guys. Week 3. It's a Friday night game. You're coming off the road. They're going to Corvallis, and they're coming back home on a Friday night game. Hammond will not be ready 100%. They're going to lose that football game to Houston. And they might get bounced from Big 12 title contention. I'm serious. I don't see them winning the Big 12 this year because of this.
And that's why they're fighting to get
That's why they're fighting.
That's why they're fighting. Ryan with a $5 super chat. Utah won't make the Big Ten. Bucky is more iconic than the Duck. Ryan, love you, buddy, but I think the Duck is more iconic than Bucky.
I mean,
he's, the motorcycle ride, all his antics on the sidelines.
Which one wore Lee Corso's head? The Duck did.
Yeah. It's
credits due.
I'm not an Oregon fan, but that Duck is pretty damn iconic. They have done a good job pushing that Duck out there. He's a lucky Duck.
I mean, you don't pay for the mascot, you might as well do it.
Jacobra Cat speaks like his boxers are warming his ankles. I don't know what the beer clinking together is, but apparently you likes that idea, Jacobra Cat. So he put that little graphic up.
Clinker.
Caden the Diesel Freak says Columbus is Suplex City because Ohio State's defense is kicking ass without remorse and beating the shit out of somebody.
Unless your name is the Miami Hurricanes.
That's true. Well, that wasn't the defense's fault. We can't blame that on the defense. That was clearly offensive issues, and I hate them damn swing passes. I wish they would take them out of the playbook. Thank you for the super chats. Let's do a little... there we go. As soon as it plays.
Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.
Professor, without knowing precisely what the danger is, would you say it's time for our viewers to crack each other's heads open and feast on the goo inside?
Yes, I would, Ken.
I'll be deep in the cold, cold ground before I recognize Missouri.
Missouri.
Thank you for all the super chats, guys. Do appreciate it. We'll get to a few chats here, and then we're going to wrap up. Let's see here. Whatever happened to the call-ins? It's off-season, Phil. Stormy Cyclone on Tuesdays. Nate does call-ins, and I don't want to step on Nate's toes. That is Nate's thing, doing call-in shows. So that is why we try and just do them on Tuesdays. Fridays, maybe, but it's going to be if we end up moving the Friday show to a 3-hour show and doing a third hour for members only, which we have discussed before. So just keep that in mind. But Tuesday, definitely we'll be able to make calls in. Moen always full of excuses. Sort of like Notre Dame when they lost to Ohio State in the national championship game 2 years ago. Sort of like Notre Dame when they last beat Ohio State when FDR was president.
Has it really been that long?
It's been that long.
It's been 80 years?
It's been plus that. It was 1936, I believe, was the last time Notre Dame beat Ohio State in football.
God, 90 years? Good Lord.
And remember, Ronald Reagan was president the last time they won a national championship.
It's true.
So I won't take anything from Notre Dame fans, especially when it comes to excuses, because y'all are the kings of excuses. Our academics are too hard. Your academics are lower, and that's why you win. And then you lowered your academics. Talk about standards, and you lowered your own academics. So,
Mon, do you have a Minecraft background?
No, it's a mini golf course.
A mini golf course.
Just
right. I can't. It's just it's a little potatoey. Yeah, it's a mini golf course. Caden the Diesel Freak gifted one membership to the College Football Mafia channel, and that was received by Troy 1997. Troy, if you were in the chat, make sure you thank our friend Caden the Diesel Freak. If you just got the notification, you popped in to see it, you go ahead and leave it in the comment section. I'm sure he would appreciate that. Let's do a little Ohio State stuff for Caden the Diesel Freak. What do we got here?
Brutus dance here.
we'll do the party in Columbus.
Oh, intercepted. Let's party, Columbus.
Remember that game? I was there. It was fantastic. That is from the game versus Michigan. Ohio State interception ends the game. Ohio State goes undefeated in the Big Ten, goes on to play Miami in the national championship game, and wins in double overtime as a double-digit dog. I believe they were 17 was the spread on that towards Miami, and Ohio State won that game. It was one of the greatest upsets of all time, one of the greatest national championship games of all time. Yeah, just fantastic. Caden, I'm
that was
sure
04, right? Range?
03.
03.
02 to 03. Because we had an extra game on the schedule that year because 9/11 was the previous year and we lost that game. So we had an extra game. So for a while there, before they started the expanded playoffs, Ohio State was the only 15-0 team or 14-0 team in the country in college football history.
I remember back in the 90s, Ohio State's MO was like big and slow. Do you remember that, Moan? Like Ohio State teams were just kind of slow of foot, but they were just kind of big guys and everything. And
No,
then
I
like
don't
that
remember
changed. I do remember that. And it changed with the 2003 title and stuff. And Ohio State actually got quicker. Ted Ginn and like a bunch of guys came in, right?
Eddie
But for
George
a
won
long time, Ohio State was slow. Remember like the old Kattenmeyer and stuff when you had that linebacker? These big guys that were super slow. That was the MO around the nation for Ohio State for a long time.
Katzenmoyer was a registered weapon in 17 states. If you want to see a hit, look up Katzenmoyer, Missouri quarterback. He absolutely lays that guy out. It's one of the hardest hits I've ever seen in college football.
Wasn't he banned from like tackling in practice in high school?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I remember
so hard?
that, like coming up. Yeah. He hits
That was
hard.
wow. That was Craig Krenzel's team, right?
No.
No.
That was before Craig Krenzel.
I think Krenzel was the quarterback of the national championship team.
Yes. Yeah, that was 2001, 2002. And then he played in 2003 as well. Got a degree in molecular genetics, sells cars for a living.
Got those connections. I believe Michigan fans would say that's what an Ohio State degree gets you.
If you've got a national championship ring and you're in a dealership, they love to bring out a Buckeye with a national championship ring to close that
Oh,
sale.
I'm sure he gets paid plenty more than he would in his actual field.
Yeah. So I mean,
I bought a car from a national champion quarterback at Ohio State. Yeah.
they'll get a picture with them. They can, hey, look at this. I saw, is what it is. I mean, hey,
this is
even
why
if you're
Saban
not
sells Lamborghinis in Alabama.
right. I mean, even if you're not, whatever happened to the Ohio State quarterback that gambled back in the day, Art Schlichter? I think he may have passed away in prison.
No way.
Yeah, he had a very bad gambling problem, and one of the dirty secrets of Ohio State is Earl Bruce took him to Scioto Downs, which started him gambling. So he was in the NFL for a hot minute. Gambling caught up with him. Out of the NFL, arrested multiple times. Did Ponzi schemes where he was just taking all the money and gambling it away. Very bad situation with Art Schlichter. Very bad. And Brendan Sorsby's got a chance to stop that right now. Don't fall into that. Listen, it's different if you've got $50 and you gamble it for fun and you don't mind losing it. But when you're chasing it, you're never going to win that money back. I've gambled for years. I've never, I'm not ahead. Nobody who gambles is ahead. Even the pros.
Yeah. Like you might make $1 million, but you probably lost $3 million.
Yeah. Caden the Diesel Freak gifted one membership to the College Football Mafia membership. I think we need to figure out how to change that to where it says that correctly. Gifted 1 membership to the College Football Mafia. Thank you for that, Caden. And that one went to Thomas Coker. Thomas Coker, if you're in the chat, make sure you thank Caden, the Diesel Freak. And Caden, we'll give you another little Ohio State sounder. This one is my favorite, and I'm sure it's one of your favorites too. It's a classic.
Joe Germain, Moan. Joe Germain, that's the guy right there. That's the lasting memory for a lot of people around the nation of the 90s.
A lot of people at Arizona State, for sure.
Joe Germain, yep. That's the guy.
Joe Germain and David Boston. But I'm telling you, it's not like they were a slow team in the 90s. They had Joey Galloway. They had
Galloway. Galloway was fast.
What was he? Terry Glenn. They had Terry Glenn. Do you remember Terry Glenn?
Yeah.
They had Eddie George win a Heisman there as a running back. They had some
corner that was like, Sean Springs.
Yeah.
Sean Springs was not slow either. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was big for a corner back then, but he was not slow.
Yeah, I mean they were fast. The Silver Bullet defense was fast. Now the Lions were big, but they were speed all around. They just had John Cooper as a coach, and John Cooper couldn't get it done.
Hey, you got a back as big as George. What 6'3", 240?
Yeah, he was massive.
Yeah, he was a big dude, and
like I'm handing the ball off 45 times too. Like, come on, you're not beating us. Keep the ball all day.
The only safe bet I know is to bet against Greg the Colt. Well, I take that back. If you bet against Greg, you probably will be up by the end of the season. Just take whatever opposite of whatever pick he says and bet against it. You will probably be up for the season.
I would do individually, not parlay it, because he gets one right every once.
He gets one right for every 3 wrong. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I wouldn't parlay it, but
do it as a round robin. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
Gotta love Greg the Cooler, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Love Greg.
Don't like Notre Dame at all, but best football player name ever was the linebacker Michael Stonebreaker.
100% Stonebreaker.
That's a good name.
It's a good name. Yeah.
It's not AJ Hawk level, but
AJ Hawk. Brian Anger. That's a great football name.
I don't know. You got a quarterback named Moon. It's pretty good too.
That what the NCAA was supposed to be for, to strip ill-gotten championships from rule-breaking upstarts like TTU and BYU.
I also do want to point out Sonny Sixkiller was a quarterback for Washington. That's a great name.
That is a good name. I will give you that.
Sonny Sixkiller, nicest guy in the world too.
Conundrum says, "Fear the turtle."
Fear the turtle.
I wish Herky was a soft head like Cy. Taking a little shot at Cy-Hawk. The Cy-Hawk rivalry going strong there.
Doesn't Herky, he's wearing half a helmet or something like that when he's sideways?
Yeah, he doesn't have an expression. Yeah. Here's the problem. There's just,
it doesn't even look like they're.
Yeah. I don't know.
He doesn't look very happy, does he?
No.
Yeah, I mean, he looks perpetually constipated. Fergie says, I got your back for most everything, but fuck that duck.
Oh, man. The duck.
Conundrum
I don't like the duck either, y'all. It's just the most iconic of all the mascots.
Yeah. Only time Nebraska's won over Iowa in 10 years.
Probably.
There you go. Little Red being in front of Herky.
Well, they owned them in softball this year, so.
SoCal Buckeye says Brutus is the best mascot. I'm sure that's not from bias. I agree with it. He should be S tier number 1.
Wait, are they really doing red stickers for the black helmets?
They do, but that's just this is I don't know if this is the one. Somebody made a concept one for Ohio State this year.
I'm like, that would look cool if they did that.
It was passed around, and I hate the black uniforms. I hate them. They look like Texas Tech. Ohio State's colors are scarlet and gray.
Yeah,
that's all they should be. That's all they should be.
Well, I mean, I'd say, you know, Oregon has the best black uniforms, but Oregon doesn't have school colors. So you can do anything when you don't have a school color.
Yeah, Tommy Frazier, he was a good one.
Tommy Frazier just puts fear in defenses. Running that option. Never gets the ball.
Stormy Cyclone says he's a badass. Don't mess with Cy. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. But before we go, I want to get everybody's final thoughts. Breakaway, yay, nay, dismay.
Don't break away, don't break away, don't break away from me. Don't break away, don't break away, don't break away from me. Don't break away, don't break away, don't break away from me. Don't break away, don't break away, don't break away from me.
That's not getting clipped or anything, guys.
No, not at all.
Not at all. Becky, what are your thoughts?
I was going to say, I hope we don't, but then you'd sing. So now I'm hoping we do.
Check this out, guys. I got kicked out of my choir class in middle school.
I wonder why.
This is what it is.
Yeah,
yeah exactly. It's terrible.
I would say it's completely justified.
It is. It is justified.
Listen, I'm not acting like I can sing either, you know, so.
Yeah, I can't sing worth a lick either. No, I don't want to see a breakaway, but like, sadly, if it's what they have to do, then it's what they got to do.
Yeah. Daniel Gygax wants to know, can we pay to keep you from singing?
$10 super chat.
It's ugly stuff. Very ugly stuff.
Not bad. He's giving Greg a run for his money. Well,
no,
Greg's actually like a real singer, though, guys. Like he actually sings in church and everything, right?
Well,
Greg is good. He's got a good voice.
Church is all about forgiving, so I guess that's probably why they're for that. But yeah, I don't know if the breakaway. Listen, man, it's serious. The discussions are serious. It's not a joke. The Big Ten and the SEC are exploring this, and if it gets to that point, things are going to happen real quick, guys.
Again, they have to have everything on the table. They have to explore every scenario, hence why it came up.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those situations where, like I said, it's going to happen quick. I don't know if it's going to happen to the point ACC teams are going to jump now. I feel like that might be an option. I don't know. Maybe North Carolina finally just says, screw it, we're joining the SEC. And maybe that causes all these dominoes to fall, or the Big Ten and the SEC go into silos. And before they go into silos, they're cleaning out the cupboards. I don't know. I don't know, but it's serious. We'll talk about it. Want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. I want to thank you. I want to thank Becky. I want to thank everybody for all the generous super chats. That is much appreciated. The gifted memberships, all that stuff. If I didn't say thank you earlier, I'm saying thank you again now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate that. Helps us keep the lights on here. I want to thank you, and I want to thank Becky especially for filling in for Nate tonight. Scheduling reminder, Sunday night, myself and Rock and Rant on Mowing After Dark. We'll be able to get to a lot more comments than we could tonight. Unfortunately, we had so many super chats. Such a rampant discussion going on here. We didn't get to as many regular chats as if we wanted to. That lady drinking milk is Jan Ardeen or Jan Arden, depending on how you pronounce that name, a Canadian singer. That doesn't make any sense.
Whoever
if she's Canadian, why isn't she drinking the milk? No. Wait a second.
Why is she drinking it out of a gallon and not out of a bag?
Canadians sell milk by the bag. They don't sell it by the gallon.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Is that whole milk or is that 2%, 1%?
They have 3% up in Canada, by the way.
No way.
Canadian
Yes.
milk.
Yes, they really do have 3 and I think 4. I don't know what the difference is.
Absolutely.
Welcome
Mowing,
to the
Mowing After Dark will be on Sunday night. Then Nate will have his show on Tuesday. And then we'll have a new members-only episode of Mowing Confidential this Thursday. I don't know. Do you have anything coming out this week that we need to promo?
I think so. We'll see if we can get some stuff coming out this week. And guys, as Big Ten people, we'll just say that we're talking about milking. Okay, we're going to get real in depth about milking too. So,
all right. If you haven't done so already, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. We will see you on Sunday for Mowing After Dark. For myself, for you, for Becky, everybody have a safe and enjoyable Memorial Day weekend, and we will catch you next Friday. Peace out.
Go Utes.